Welcome to my channel Gauri Nyamani. Shantam Padmasanastham Shashidharam Mukutam Panchavaktam Trinetram Shulam Vajram Chakhadgam Parishuma Bhaidam Dakshinage Vahantam Nagam Pashim Jahantam Damrup Saitam Jamkusham Bhavahagi Nana Lankara Deeptam Svadigamani Nibham Parvatisham Namami. In this video, I am making it mostly for people in the age bracket 65, 75, 80. Because I found many people, because they don't know simple facts and they are meeting with false, they have fallen and got injured in the process. With reference to them, I have made this video. The first thing about these people is, these age bracket people, when they go to bathroom, they need not close the door or especially lock it. They can leave it open or put a towel on the door so that it indicates the presence of a person. They need not lock it from inside. When they lock it from inside, and if they happen to fall, taking them out, they have to break open the door, and in this process they get, if they are very near the door, they get injured, and that injury cannot be avoided. And in this process, when they put up the speed, the speedily taking out, it injures them much more than otherwise. So best thing is, they should not lock the door from inside, and they can leave it open. That is the one thing. Another thing, outside bathroom also, when people, when something has fallen, these age bracket people, they need not take it out themselves by leaning down too much. And if it is very essential to take it out, they should either ask the children to take it for them, or they should properly sit in a chair and then take it out. Because when they lean too much, head is the heaviest part in the body, and when it comes down, the balance, they lose balance, especially in these bracket. The fall is on the head. And once the whole department of brain is in the head, and the things get upset, and people, I met two ladies, one of my cousin sister, distant cousin sister. When I met, I came to know she had fallen. I went to meet her. She didn't recognize me. That was the extent of fall. And another lady, my wife of my teacher, college teacher, she recognized me, but she said, I fell on the ground, and they have put a plate in my brain. Till that day, I never knew that they can put a plate in the brain also. All I knew was the orthopedics people put a rod, which I have in my left thigh. That is the extent, but I didn't know they can put even a plate in the brain. So this is the extent, and these falls happen for these people. The best thing is, they should not take anything from the ground themselves. If it all is very essential, they could sit in a chair and then take it, so that there is no falling process. And another thing, if it is in the bathroom, if the soap slips from the hand, they should never try to take it out second time, because it goes on slipping, and in the process they fall. The best thing is, if you don't use soap for one day, it doesn't matter. So where you don't use the soap, I mean, if it slips, don't bother about it and leave it. And these simple facts, when they're ignored, the injuries are very high level, and all these injuries, they cause very late life, such a disturbance. The people, they have to change their total mode of life in living once the brain is upset. So it is very dangerous, and best thing is for them not to take out things fallen in the road. And other things, if at all they do, there are some simple exercises. If you have to touch the ground, you stand straight, put both the hands, lean backwards as much as possible, stay for 5 or 7 minutes, 6 minutes, and then bend forwards, put both the palms into your wrist, fist, and press both the knees between both the fists under sideways, between the knees, and press them, and then you release it, and then you see you can easily touch the ground. This is a simple exercise about touching the ground. And some simple facts are always ignored. Once I went to join a ship, tug, which pulls the ship in the big harbors, as a chief engineer, and it was Narmada river, confluence of Narmada and Arabian Sea, and the tug was not luckily, incidentally, on the jetty or the platform for the ship. It was a bit away from that, and it was a specially made stop for that. It had a vertical ladder with a backrest which is far distant from the main ladder. So that ladder, the backrest was not very useful for me, and I could not get down the vertical ladder down because of the my one-handed operation. My left hand was not operative. So I told the master I am not able to come there. Then I told him, if you can bring the vessel up a few yards forward towards me. Then the master of the tug said, I cannot come more than this because I can be grounded. My vessel may be grounded. Why don't you walk these 50 meters of a small distance only? He was telling me. Then I told him, just as your vessel will be grounded, I will be grounded there if I come walking these 50 yards. Because it is not a normal water, it is a fresh water of marsh, it is a quicksand. You don't know that. He says, why are you so confident? I said, I am confident because of my experience in Godavari basin. This is Narmada. All is fresh water. Both are fresh water. So I cannot come. This is my decision. So should I tell then he was telling, should I tell the company this person is not able to come? You can tell. I will also tell that the position is not good. If the vessel comes towards me, the vessel will be grounded. If I go there, I will be grounded. So this is the position. So we cancel the joining program. Somebody else will come. Heavens don't fall. I said okay. So I came back without joining. So that was, this happened because I knew about this incident because Godavari River, Dhauleswaram, Sir Arthur Cotton Anicut barrage near Dhauleswaram, 132 kV transmission tower. Some children were playing the tower. They went and three children started shouting. The fourth child very cautiously didn't go there. He cancelled his going to the other three children. The child took a rickshaw and went and brought grandfather Apparavar. Both came and with great difficulty they took out the bodies of the first three children who went there. It was a quicksand, so dangerous, but all three children went down and bodies are full of sandy marsh and sand and water mix. That was the portion. So this incident I knew. That's why I refused to join the vessel, Narmada base. So the very small thing to look at, because the tugmaster was saying, why can't you walk this distance, small 50 feet distance? And I told him this is what, I didn't tell him the story because I said this is quicksand. Then he could understand that I was correct. Then he kept quiet. This is some things, simple things, and we should know, either we know or we come to know by incidents. And other things, aspects about this age bracket. Best thing is people for you to stay young. My anti-aging thesis is study something which is difficult to understand but interesting at the same time. You will stay young because of the challenge state gland secretions taking place. This was my experience while I was studying control systems theory, non-linear control theory. There were control systems, linear was okay, non-linear control theory was difficult. The book was Gibson and Tudor by McGraw-Hill publication, and though normally I felt I am quite intelligent enough to handle all this, but at this stage I was feeling I had to admit that I am not following the way I used to follow the other things. Up to the Nyquist criteria and other topics, they were okay, but this zone was not. I admitted to myself, I am now entering a zone where I am not understanding, because hitherto that feeling was not there. I was intelligent enough to handle all this, and that was the thing. And any other things, you learn things which are difficult. Some people may say, what to learn at this age? And this is the age of relearning. You have done your schooling, etc. Until the age of 60, you are busy. And once you are till you are busy in the routines, your load on the brain and system is so high that prostate gland stays okay. But once the load is taken out, the prostate gland becomes bigger, and the urination takes place before you go to reach the bathroom. So best thing to avoid such things is keep the brain loaded with interesting things to learn. So what is interesting, you must say, just as I said, you learn something which is difficult to understand and at the same time interesting. This combination is very ideal for staying young. And this is here, this combination we can take many other things, subjects which were difficult at that time, young age. Now your maturity is different. Mathematics, for example, complex variable theory, we had applications of that, and the roots are equal, and imaginary, the system is unstable, and the roots are equal, is critical stability, something like all that combination was there. And incidentally, in Andhra University hostels, those days we had neighbors as some students from MA Mathematics. They too had tensor, they too had vector books, Schwamm series, and in those books there was no application aspect, only theory aspect was there. So they were wondering how we were using these topics. Then they saw here they were wondered to know that the application aspect was more interesting than the pure aspect they were studying. So they were Rudin's analysis and his vector and tensors. Tensors was a fantastic subject. It's a generalized vector, and the field you enter, you are in a totally different field, Cauchy-Riemann space and all those things. And some people are interested in those subjects very. They are luckily they are very by inherence they are interested. One U Ramakoteswara from Ongole, he used to solve the all the problems unsolved difficult problems in the book. We were not able to do that. He had special interest, and especially this Cauchy-Riemann space and all is a different world, this mathematics world. So once again, you can take such topics, and once you reach them, you have the interest to your interest living itself is reawakened. You feel so interested that you will want to live, you will extend your life. So that's what is happened. And some things in when I follow this my anti-aging thesis of my anti-aging thesis in comes like this. When the mind is engaged in the study of a topic which it finds it difficult to understand, at the same time interesting, it feels younger because of the channel state gland secretions taking place. And irrespective of other things, you can use this for application to become younger. And when I use this thesis, I used to compete with boys younger than me by 10 years, and I used to come out in the exam. This is the way our MOT exam, Ministry of Transport exams, were. And two times I failed in Bombay. The second time the surveyor asked me, where are you staying? I said, I am staying with my family in CJS quarters. Then he said, you will never pass this exam. Put your family back in their place and stay with other boys. And it is a tricky exam, not a regular exam like your BE, engineering, etc. So you do that way, then you may come out. Because I was in the same department, belonging to the same department of the Ministry of Transport, the college director of marine engineering training. I was a lecturer there. He came to know that I was a lecturer. Then he said, you may be lecturer, but here I am telling you simply stay alone and we stay with other boys. You don't stay alone. Don't study alone like you did for your engineering exam. I said, okay. I put my family back in our place. I went to Calcutta Marine Club. It's a massive club, 60 to 180 rooms, something like that. And there I joined other boys. And the very beautiful lodge for studies. Atmosphere is very good, and there's a tube light attached to the walls and very small tables. Very good atmosphere for study. People go for it night. Marine club, tea club is open till 3 o'clock in the night. So 2 o'clock I went for a tea. There somebody was shouting, and one person had told me, if you fail this exam, if you are failing this exam too many times, be careful. When you get the same paper, you must pass. There is a combination of sets. So when you are getting the same paper, you second time you are appearing, so you know every question without mistakes, because the papers are not given to outside candidates. So people come out and ask questions, and guess the paper, write down, and it is full of mistakes. It is written by outsiders. So that's why the question is not known to anyone. This is a peculiar exam. So I remember that if you get second time the same paper, be careful. So night 2 o'clock I was having tea. So one fellow was shouting, August 79, April 80. The next probability tomorrow morning, he was shouting. So then I heard this April 80 was my first appearance in Bombay. I failed horribly, and I remember that. So I came to room back and took out the April 80 set, and I started preparation. Others were watching me. This guy silently doing something. Next day morning, still that in that paper there is a cylinder engine piston cooling gland diagram we have to practice. That I did whole night. And next day morning, paper with same paper came. And after EK paper also matching with that, and I did the paper very well. And I was so satisfied. I went to 72 miles away, Kharagpur, my school city, and I went to my friend Vij Kumar Dhinda, metallurgy professor. He said, "Hey, how are you that you suddenly come?" I said, I have done the exam well. This time I might pass, so I have come to see you. He said, okay. So that was that. Next day morning, both the papers I did well, and orals also. Mr. Fatke was the orals examiner, and I passed the exam. That is the way. So this learning process as I was telling you, many exams has nothing to do with control systems, but before any other topic also, I will just take a round through the control systems paper. Very unrelated, but that puts me in a challenged, a younger state, and that gives the advantage in elation for a study. For a study, elation is the best feeling, and you read very well. Because these exams are this set of mindset for learning things. And next, another thing we learn is, next other field is, you can learn music at any age. Music has no age bracket, and my sister, in my younger days, my sister used to learn violin at Mr. Mohan Rao's class in Kharagpur town, and their Mohan Rao teacher was taking the violin class, and the oral lessons, my father used to sing better than my sister. Those lessons were, one of them was Vana Jakshi Ro. After a long time, I put on the YouTube, one lady, Kanti Yadavalli, did the song very well. I congratulated her, and I had a German language classmate in Andhra University. They were studying BSc special, MSc first year. I used to go to attend their German class, and the gentleman's name was Visweswara Yadavalli. I asked her, do you by chance know her? Then she gave a reply, she is my brother-in-law. So that was, I forwarded her song to this Vanajak. She wrote to 4 or 5 people. They activated, all of them activated their previous lesson, and they started rereading what they had given up one time. So music, anytime you can revive and study. This is related to South Indian classical. And just entered into North Indian classical, Yaman Kalyan. The lesson by that lady was very good. And after it was Chota Khayal, Eri Ali, that one. And I was supposed to I put in the comment. In my Hindi days, I used to learn. मेरे को समझ में नहीं आता, मैं आपको सलाम करूं या राग भोपाली को। इसी दरम्यान एक बात आई है, गुरु गोविंद दो खड़े काके लागू पाए, बलिहारी गुरु आपकी गोविंद दियो बताए। Teacher and God both are standing in front of you. Whom to salute? That is the doubt. Then he salutes the teacher that he indicated he should salute the God. Salute God. He gave the solution. So the person says, I salute you, sir, teacher, sir, that you have given me the solution this way. This is the essence in that. So learning, coming back to music, learning anything, you can learn at any age, and one language to another language. Sometimes in my school days, class 8 we had Sanskrit, but when we entered class 9, they removed Sanskrit, and in that place the 3 language formula of the central government came. We had to learn Bengali. So we started Bengali, and what happened in our school, the system was pattern, exam time pattern was, one row of Bengali medium students will sit alternate to the Hindi medium students. When in class 9 elementary half year exam, they conducted exam, we were writing Bengali paper and they were writing Hindi paper, and students who never attended the class, he was getting 75-85 marks. Then they suspected something. Then they said the handwriting was also not learners' handwriting. So next they reconducted the exam with the Bengali medium students all one place and Hindi medium place one place. Half the guys failed. So that was the result. So Bengali we learned that time, and reading, writing, once you read, the language becomes easy to learn. The spoken aspects comes very well. That is the advantage. Only thing is you have to take a little pain in learning the script and writing and reading. And '62, I came from West Bengal to Andhra. Everywhere one song was being heard. That Bengali song was very popular in Bengal, but in Telugu it was made into Telugu by Sri Rajeswara Garu in Aradhana film, and the song was আমার স্বপ্নে দেখা রাজকন্যা থাকে সাত সাগরের পারে, না সাত সাগরের 13 নদীর পারে, ময়ূর পঙ্খী ভিড়িয়ে দিয়ে সেথা রেখে এলেন তারে. This song has been made into Telugu, and it was a hit with the then population of 6 crore Andhra enjoyed this song. Similar with the case with some other songs are left in Bengali. One more song I am suggesting that too can be made into all other songs, including Hindi. Though it's a very neighboring language, some of the songs are not yet made into Hindi. One song, Lata's Jare Udu Jare Pakhi, was made into Hindi from Bengali, but because the lyrics did not, the stepping was not proper, it did not come with that perfection as it was in Bengali. Bengali original was far better. Anyway, that even that the reach value is very higher in Hindi. My request is to the music composers is let this song be made into Hindi and other languages. Then the reach value of that so many people will enjoy. The song is very enjoyable, as you can see. নদীর জলে কাজল নদীর জলে ভরা ঢেউ ছলো ছলে প্রদীপ ভাষাও কারে সরিয়া সোনার বরণী মে বলো কার পথে চেয়েও আখি দুটি ওকে জলে ভরিয়া. This song requires to be made into other languages.